Hey everybody! Welcome back to Northern Lion Plays The Binding of Isaac. Had some really nice Eden runs lately. We're gonna do another— oh no! I clicked on the wrong character. And then I fought Super Envy in the first room. Can this day get any worse? I guess we'll try. You know, I'm feeling, in spite of that mistake to open the video, you know, I'm feeling pretty loose right now in a good way. How's it going? Are you flowing? Man, I'd like to place my hands upon your fucking sexy ass and squeeze. And squeeze. Anyway. We don't need to sing any more Tenacious D here. But we need to fucking do something while we deal with this bullshit room, right? Holy Christ. I'm stuck in purgatory here, and all I get is this damn t-shirt, and it's only gonna get harder and harder as time goes on. No, you don't understand. Stop having brownie in motion with one another. Ah! Okay, well, there goes the streak that didn't matter. The fucking troll face. Don't even talk to me, you piece of crap. Okay. Eden Run, there you go. Isaac's Tears, Curse of the Lost, Master of Unlocking, 0 football, 0 full pubic load, and then you put like a little MD32 on that, and that'll clear right up in just a couple of days here. Alright, Isaac's Tears. Very shitty unless we get chocolate milk. I guess we got like, yeah, we got Pageant Boy to start with as well, which is weird. And we got Pentagram in our first room, so I'm not going to complain so much about this run now, but also, you know, it is pretty terrible with the starting items. If we can live, though, you know, unlike the last run, I'm not going to be calling this one a one run anytime soon, but if we can at least live, then life is good. Here's the thing that I think sucks about Isaac's Tears, and I am very much not of the opinion that, you know, every item in Isaac needs a buff. There's some people out there and they're like, you know, well, if they're nerfing items, they should buff items as well to keep the balance, yada yada. If you believe that, that's fine, alright? You know, I'm not a game designer. I'm assuming you are, based on the way that you're firing shots here in very specific, noteworthy ways. Sure, that's okay. But here's the thing, and that doesn't jive with me about Isaac's Tears. It takes time to charge up. I mean, it's not a lot of time relative to, like, any other item in the game, but it takes shots to charge up, but then the reward that you get for charging it up is actually worse than each of the individual shots that preceded it. In almost all situations. If you're surrounded by enemies, I guess it gives you maybe, like, a small way out. But apart from that, I think we're still better off with Master of Unlocking here. Apart from that, in, like, pretty much every situation in which you can use it, oh shit, I thought I was gonna die there. It's actually better to not use it, unless maybe you're like super far away. I don't know. I don't get it, is what I'm trying to get at. So I think either it's just designed in a way that it's not meant to be useful, which is fine, or it would actually be an item that does benefit from a buff. If they could make it so that maybe like the shots are maybe... I mean, I don't want it to just be Tammy's head. If you can hit 2 enemies with it, I guess it's a little bit more worthwhile. But I don't want it to just be Tammy's head. But if they could find some other way to make it a little bit more useful, that would be cool. Or it could still just continue on and suck. I mean, there's nothing necessarily wrong with that. You gotta take the good with the bad in Isaac, right? There's good items, there's bad items. Should probably be dead. We're not, though. And I don't intend to be by the end of this floor. Hopefully we can pick up an HP upgrade to go along with it. But also, we just got access to our shop. And we will totally buy that, and we will totally buy this. I think, you know, it's kind of like Breath of Light, or sorry, Breath of Life, in that I get the idea behind it, but I don't think it has much actual practical application within the run. But that's okay. I'm not going to take that yet. I'm assuming we'll probably do fine against our boss. It is Dangle Dangle. Unlike Tammy's head, the shots, maybe it's just because our shots are small right now, but I was thinking, like, you know, if you can get right next to an enemy and hit them with 3 of the tears or something, maybe that's worthwhile, but it really doesn't seem like it, because the shots come out at such a wide angle that it's pretty much impossible to get more than 2 shots on an enemy. Maybe if our shots get bigger, we can make it happen, but, you know, as for right now, it also carries a little bit of a refractory period where you're unable to shoot your tears after using it, so I think it does carry some pretty heavy penalties for an item that doesn't really have much in the way of positive things. That would be an interesting idea for a series. We'll, you know, I'll think about it. I'm not guaranteeing anything, but, you know, as Rebirth gets, or as the expansion gets closer to coming out, which, you know, don't bug me about that. I don't know when the dates are going to be. Rebirth is still only 3 months old. We don't need an expansion right away. You got to wait for the window where people will complain about DLC to go away first, you know? I think we're probably getting past that, but no bombs. I'd like to access that, but no bombs yet. I might consider a series where, like, we talk about items that, you know, maybe need to get buffed or nerfed, or it would be nice if they got buffed or nerfed, and we'll have a little discussion about it. I don't know. We'll see. I'm just spitballing right now. For now. I'm hoping to do a little bit more exploration here. This is a run that's obviously, wow, whiffed on all of them there. It's a run that's obviously, as of right now, a lot weaker than our last run was, but in its own way that makes it more interesting, maybe, because we were balling out of control super early on the last run, and it made things maybe a little bit too easy. How do you want to use these bombs, team? You want to use them in the traditional way, or do you want to use them on that special room to access something? And if you want to use them on the special room to access something, what the heck do you want to try to get out of it, you know? There's, well, I think we'll probably blow up Wheel of Fortune along with it, whatever we do. These guys die in 2 hits? Yeah, I'll live with that. Our damage is actually doing pretty well as a result of Pentagram, but apart from that, I guess actually I kind of like the shot speed upgrade as well. But first off, okay, where would we want to blow up? Either here or here, I think. I'm going to try Wheel of Fortune down here and then blow this area up. Okay, so we got Bob's Rotten Head out of it, which actually does allow us to blow up this area right here. And we got a crawl space out of it, and we got 2 of spades. I'm going to stick with Isaac's Tears just on the off chance we get... Oh, it is a real black market. I'm going to stick with Isaac's Jar of Tears just on the off chance that we get some good items to go along with it. Like if we get chocolate milk, for example. We'll trade 1 HP for Champion Belt. And I think we'll trade 1 HP for BFF. And then hopefully we won't die on our boss fight. Yeah, or on our deal with the devil that comes after it. Just realized, actually, I would like to get 1 more bomb so that I could actually get that golden chest, because we have Cursive on, or not Cursive, but Master of Unlocking, the lockpick, so we can actually pretty easily open that up. Broke even on the arcade here thus far. I don't know where we are now. Probably a big room to go there. So we could have taken Bob's Rotten Head to try to, like, get it charged up in time, but I think we'll just find a bomb. I'm optimistic about it, at least. Come on, convince me. I guess once we get enough damage that we can one-shot enemies like this with Isaac's Tears, then I'll be a little bit more open to it. Maybe. For right now, I'm not quite there, though. I think, you know, obviously. Of all the big rooms that we could face on this floor, this one actually strikes me as one of the easiest, so I'm actually pretty happy that we're dealing with it now. Kind of a big floor, though. Do we have Curse of something? Curse of the Maze? Maybe it's not a big floor, maybe it's just taking a long time as a result of my inability to find where the boss room is. Which is also completely okay. Eventually, this madness has got to end, though. Got yet another big room, and there's our boss fight. Okay. Very important. We take as little damage as possible, not just to ensure a deal with the devil, but also to ensure that we have some measure of survivability after it. Which means probably don't get as close to these enemies as I'm getting. No other consumables. Well, we'll see. That could change. What did I pick? I picked up Champion Belt for the extra damage, that's right. And I picked up BFF. The BFF pickup is not just a respect pickup. I kind of like what BFF can do for us if we get a lot of orbitals. But also, I kind of figured, you know, we're in a black market when in Rome, right? When in Rome, sacrifice all of your HP to make your friends better. It's just, that's what they do there. Alright, probably shouldn't have used that, not that it matters. And maybe some HP, Speedball. Don't make me fight Krampus, that's all I ask. Okay, we get Guppy's Head and the Nail. And a bomb. So I think we have to, unfortunately, get rid of Isaac's Tears. And we're going to take the Nail. And we're going to try to roll with that. On the bright side, there is some good stuff we can do here with the Nail. It's not, like, this is not a one run at all. Goodbye, Isaac's Tears. You were, well, you were something, weren't you? Probably will choose not to go to the arcade. We'll see what our other tarot card is over here. I can't imagine us using 2 of spades in this situation unless we come across an amazing trinket. So, we'll bomb... Well, we'll use the nail to get all this stuff open. Master of Unlocking gave us another 2 cents back, which is much lower than I expected to get there. Let me get a stars card, which saves us a key, but is not as useful as 2 of spades. But we still have an extra bomb left. Let's use that bomb to go to our regular secret room here. Hopefully to get some extra bombs in the process. No such luck yet, but if we get super lucky, we can pick up like 1 bomb out of this. 2 bombs. Wow, that's like super duper lucky then, if you use my previous mathematical scale. 8-minute floor. This is a little embarrassing, but then, we're gonna go get to the second secret room because we have Spelunker's Hat, and I'm hoping that that has maybe an Eternal Heart on it. That allows us... Oh, come the fuck on, though. We're already through. Hoping that it has, like, an Eternal Heart on it that lets us do our business, basically. I think it might be, like, here. Oh, don't fucking blow it. There we go. We got a bunch of pills. Health up. Lovely. Explosive diarrhea. We can live with it. Lemon Party, good to know for the future. And a range upgrade, that's not so bad. We should replenish our health, but I'm assuming that we'll find some hearts before we run out of spirit hearts. I know there's 1 on the map. I don't want to walk back that far. I'll be straight with you, that's just me being lazy. We could have taken Guppy's head there, and I actually thought about it, but we already have our deal with the Devil Precedent. I don't think we need to get too out of control here. For once, I actually wish we had Isaac's Jar of Tears so we could hit that enemy a little bit more easily, but we're alright. And I can't complain too hard about our damage. It only seems terrible because our last run was so good, you know? We had all the fixings of a run where... I mean, you know, you get that highway blindness, right? Where you're so good on a previous run that you can't handle being average. I don't like to be in that position. We're probably a little bit below average overall here. I'm not speaking about me specifically, but the run. But also, yes, me. But, we may or may not open that yet. Probably will before the end of the floor as a result of 2 of spades. But we need a little bit more HP or a little bit more damage to really be feeling the power of this run. You know, the Terry Crews style power. When's Old Spice gonna hire me to do some ads? I got some great ideas. I want to get Next back together. And then it'll be a dude and a lady on a dance floor with Too Close playing, and he'll just give her like a wink. Baby, when we're grinding. I'll be the one singing, by the way. Everyone else in Next will be fired. I get so excited. Ooh, you know I like it. I try, but I can't hide it. And I'm fired. Anyway. Don't get pushed back onto the spikes here. Oh, that's an embarrassing way to take damage. We can get Nun's Habit. Oh, there's a Cursed or Tinted Rock there. If there's a Nun's Habit, we can kind of go into the Cursed Room somewhat guilt-free if we plan it appropriately. Like, this is what I mean by we're not doing that much damage. Like, it's still taking us like 7 hits to kill one of these freaking bomb flies. I'd like to get a chain reaction here just to save my sanity a little bit. Oh my god. A little embarrassing. That's alright, Nail's coming back. I don't really want to crush mushrooms with it. No, alright. Well, we'll just lose our Spirit Heart if you don't mind. This is the hallmark of a run that's going off the rails. Is taking a lot of dumb damage like this. Another health upgrade is just ridiculous. I accidentally walked onto that mushroom and crushed it because I had the nail. So many things that were unlikely had to come together in order to make that happen, and they did. I can't even say anything but thank you, game. I appreciate it a great deal. Now we picked up Capricorn right after as well. And perhaps the most surprising thing of all is that I actually managed to keep my 2 of Spades card so I could use it effectively in the proper situation. I guess we'll pick this up. We're going to have to get the Bible eventually, but the 3 Spirit Hearts are kind of worth it, I guess. So, pretty much right after I said this run was going off the rails, we picked up, I should have looked for the secret room there. We picked up 2 all-stats upgrades in as many rooms, so, you know, life's going pretty well. Probably stick with the Hanged Man for now. Or, sorry, High Priestess, I mean. You know what? I don't dislike the idea of using High Priestess right the F there. Might not have been the fattest play of all time, but it got the job done. Am I a lucky man? I'm a lucky man, alright? If we wanted to save half a Spirit Heart, we could go to our Curse Room and use the Hanged Man on the way out. On the way in. It's not the greatest use of it, maybe, but it is a use of it. Saved us half a Spirit Heart. I can't be that mad about that, I suppose. Let's go into our mob trap room here. I've already resigned myself to the fact that this is going to be a long floor. We're going to open this bad boy up and pick up 2 cents and a bomb. Pretty much at, you know, shop capability now. I know this sounds pretty ridiculous after I just picked up 2 all-stats upgrades, but I would really like some tiers upgrades. My damage seems fine. Like, basically what I judge that by is the tiers are big, but we don't output them fast enough. Even if it takes a number 1 or something like that, Skinny Odd Mushroom, I'll take it. Algiz Rune. Algiz Rune is fantastic. Probably save that for an arcade or a demon judgment. Those are not mutually exclusive, obviously. We killed one, but his friend just moved into like the same position that he was in. So we're gonna do a circle here. I normally back myself onto the walkways. It's a bad decision. Instead, what you want to do is chart a course that's circular, so you can keep yourself safe, but also never find yourself backed into a corner. So whenever you get the opportunity to cross between the streams there, you take it. And we have to use the nail here, even though we're not getting much benefit out of it. One-shotting those guys with a nail bonus, that's very, very nice. I have to imagine, well, I guess even without the nail bonus we're doing it, I have to imagine that the last few episodes have made people pretty salty as a result of the luck that I've gotten. Hey man, that's, you know, that's outside the bounds of my control. What's the newest conspiracy theory? I'm rigging the game to give me great seeds with ridiculous magic mushroom payouts because, you know, I'm afraid of a loss. High Priestess. I just shut up because, oh shit, I accidentally revealed my secret plan. I mean, High Priestess is great. We should, if possible, find the opportunity to use it. I don't know if we're going to be able to find the opportunity to use it, though. I really want to hold on to this Algiz Rune, and even if we end up using it in the super late game, I think that's still, you know, better than using High Priestess just to speed up a boss fight a little bit. We are up to 15 cents now. Get out of my face, please. And we will... I'd like to get rid of the Bible. No, don't take that out of context. But I think it's better for us to stick with PhD here for now, because it helps us win the run. So we'll roll with that. But it was a decent opportunity there for us to get the Bible out of our rotation, and I was not able to take it. But instead, we're going to pick up like a stupid amount of health upgrades, so, you know. Already, we paid 15 cents for 2 health upgrades. It seems pretty good. And I'm really tempted to crack open those mushrooms now because all pills are good, but maybe that balances it a little bit, so even if we get some mushroom explosions, it'll be okay. Mushroom explosions. Surprisingly not intended as, you know, a pornographic name. You don't want to be the male porn star who names yourself Mushroom Explosions. Like, you're going to get a lot of novelty work, but they'll never actually respect you as an artist. Unless you're like to the caliber of Weird Al Yankovic or something like that. Alright, Liberty Cap. We're gonna get bombs or key and pop it and be very excited about it. And we're gonna go to our second secret room back here. I think I'm better off just with Master of Unlocking, so we never have to worry about our keys if we take this trinket all the way down to the chest. So we're going to pick up a cube of meat here. It's actually been a little while since we've had cube of meat show up. I think it would be the first time today. That's fine by me. I'm really liking these Eden runs, you know? When I finish up a streak, throw out some Eden runs, and then have a fun time on those. It's kind of like throwing like weird plays in football practice or something like that, you know? In a real game, you know, this isn't applicable, but hey, you know, we're having fun in practice and we're exercising our creative thinking muscles. So, finally, that Black Market BFF pickup. Black Market BFF sounds like a great porn name as well. But anyway, or like it would be the name of a dildo. Black Market BFF? Yeah. It has nothing to do with race. It's just, you know, Black Market sends the message that it's verboten, you know? 8 cents. Can't do much with that. I'm not going to take Krampus's head. There's no reason to even pick it up and put it back down. But yeah, now we're actually getting some bonus out of BFF. So I'm happy to have gotten it. And we'll probably stand to get more familiars in the rest of the game here. Would be nice if we could pick up some more deals with the devil, especially since now, after some complicated situations, we can actually completely afford them and not really find ourselves at risk of death for taking them. We're coming to the point with the nail where I actually can't really use it effectively because we're at the HP cap. We can still get the damage bonus, that's nothing to sneeze at, but I didn't really take the nail for the damage bonus, more for the HP. The other way to think of it is that if we can get some defensive items to help us when the nail's gone, we might be able to get rid of the nail. Start rolling something else. Skinny Odd Mushroom is literally exactly what I asked for. Starting to get a little suspicious that maybe Ed is out there watching my games saying, hey, give the man what he wants. 1 bomb and 1 key, because of Master of Unlocking, pays back 1 bomb and 1 key. Well, all we wasted was our time. So I guess I can't be too mad about that. And this Skinny Odd Mushroom pickup is making me feel real nice, actually. A little bit of a mushroom explosion going on, if you know what I mean. Got my Black Market BFF out. It's working out real nicely. Does come with a damage downgrade multiplier, but we did get the damage upgrade multiplier from Magic Mushroom, so worst case scenario, I don't know why I took that if I'm worried about the being at the HP cap already, but worst case scenario, I think we pretty much even out, and then we're firing more tiers, so we do get just an objective bonus there, I think. Again, if I'm worried about the HP cap, why am I doing this? I don't know, man. I can't stop. I'm addicted to the shindig. Greed fight, not a huge fan. Kind of no point on using the nail. Well, at least, you know what? This would be a great run to be able to donate a shitload of money to our donation machine. If we could actually do that, I'd feel somewhat vindicated. Because I have been using the shit out of it lately. Like, I've been really going off on it. It's not fair to the donation machine. Mom's Wig is a great item. I'm actually going to use the nail here in the hopes of picking up some tarot cards. Well, that was a great plan. Might as well go back and upgrade our heart a little bit. Mom's Nail, legitimately an awesome... Or sorry, Mom's Wig, legitimately an awesome pickup. So that we are going to be spawning some spiders that are going to do a stupid amount of damage. They're really, really good. Spiders are 2.5 times the damage of your actual tiers. Unaffected by BFF, but if we get Hive Mind or something like that on the next floor, that would be fantastic. Cage Fight is going to be a really good test for the amount of damage that we're actually doing here. Now the attack I want to avoid the most is the jumping spike attack, and we managed to get out of the way, and he's more than half dead. Alright, this attack is actually not that bad, even though I got hit by it and now feel like an idiot. Synth Oil for the damage upgrade, I love it. Followed by, yeah, 2 items that definitely feel good here. Lord of the Pit for the ability to fly, and the Pact for the extra tiers plus damage. I'll call it. This is a 1 run probably now. It probably was earlier, after we got those 2 stats upgrades, but that was a little early for that to feel like anything but hubris. Now, we're kind of balling out of control. Boss Rush is not going to be on the table. Not a good time to use the nail. Force of Habit, I apologize. It's okay, though. I mean, our damage without the bonus is also amazing. And, of course, I love getting damage upgrades when you have spiders or flies, because it just makes them better as well. You know, every damage upgrade, it isn't just a damage upgrade for you, it's a damage upgrade for the whole goddamn family. We're going to end up getting that, and then coming back down here. Already seen our secret room. I would love... I know I talked about this on the last run, but I would love to see Key Beggar, assuming we can get, like, a Humbling Bundle or something, or a Contract from Below on this floor would be awesome to make this more likely, but I would love to see a Key Beggar show up in the secret room on the chest. Especially now, since we have, well, we gotta do something about the Bible, right? So it doesn't show up on a deal with the devil, which it can do. And we'll just wedge ourselves back here. Yeah, oh, really? 2-cent donation? That doesn't feel good. But anyway, if we could get the Key Beggar with Master of Unlocking, it would cost us nothing. Not a good use of a key there. And every single donation, or every single case opening would also give us another key in return. I know people are going to hate me for this, but I think I have to take Tammy's head. I don't want to touch this just yet. Okay, we'll take the health upgrade, take the range upgrade. I don't want to go to the Algiz rune just yet, because my thinking is I can maybe find an arcade that has a Demon Judgment on it, and I'd rather use it there. If there are people complaining about Tammy's head, I guess I just kind of don't get it, because I think Tammy's Head is such a fun item and such a weird item that's variable depending on, you know, what you're able to do with it. What kind of synergies you have going on with it. But mostly, I'm not going to take that because I want to be able to play the Blood Bank. Mostly, I just think that, you know, the Nail is kind of a boring item. Gives us the damage bonus, gives us the Spirit Hearts. No big deal. We already have the ability to fly and great damage. It would be nice to just walk into each individual room and get it done. Plus, if we get something like Brimstone, it looks so cool. But maybe the tide has turned. Maybe people, you know, just straight up hate Tammy's Head now. I don't know. Now we could use. Mostly, I just took Guppy's Paw for the. There's a tinted rock there. Took it for the guppiness. Don't mistake my words there. But we could have used that effectively to get into our boss trap room. You know, another change that I think needs to be made for the expansion. No, it doesn't need to. That's a little bit of hyperbole. But I would like it if it was changed for the expansion. Is it would be awesome if the gold chest pool was very much expanded. We don't even need to play the Blood Bank. We'll save our Algiz rune for like some more difficult enemies. Bob's Brain does benefit from BFF, by the way. Like, I sympathize a little bit with the members of the audience that if, you know, they do, for whatever reason, hate Bob's Brain or Infamy or Tammy's Head, they show up all the damn time. Fate as well. No Deal with the Devil here is a big surprise for me. But we'll head down to the next floor. Like, it's a little weird and a little unfortunate that those items show up all the time. I would love it if in the expansion they were buffed. Especially Tammy's Head recently, has become kind of like a little bit of a guppy thing, if that makes sense. Like, it shows up so damn often that I think people are like, okay, I get it, Tammy's Head. I still feel like, I love the item, but I can understand if people are getting a little sick of it. I don't really want to take a health upgrade at this point, but I will because we're not at the HP cap, so I don't think we're going to get many more Spirit Hearts back naturally anyway. What's going on? Lemon Party. Can I hurt you with Lemon Party, or is that more of like a chub thing? Ain't nothing but a chub thing, baby. Mom got 3 segments on my body. Probably be one hit by Tammy. Not quite. Alright. Well, we're not going to use Lemon Party effectively later, probably, so we will just leave. I will go to our curse room. No bombs. I don't like that. Do we get a second bombs or key? Telepills. Lemon Party. Oh, we can't even open that. Ugh. I don't like that very much at all, honestly. Another Spirit Heart is nice. Although I called this a one run, seeing the limited amount of damage that Tammy's Head is doing is making me a little skeptical. But I'm feeling pretty confident about the whole thing altogether. I mean, I think it's just in relation to how out of control good Tammy's Head was on the last run that's making me feel a little self-conscious here. Telepills, health up. I don't think we want to take this. Like, we gotta call it quits at some point. It's getting a little absurd. Do not stand close to that. Bob's Brain is gonna go off in your dome piece. Not a smart idea. Alright, we're gonna stand back and then pop that when Riff Raff gets mostly taken care of. Again, we're in exactly the same position as the last run. It's kind of remarkable that 2 Eden runs have ended up being so samey. But we want sad bombs and we want penetrative shots. It's just because Tammy's Head and Bob's Brain have showed up on both of them. Again, I think that golden chest pool needs to be upped a little bit. Maybe I'm not indicative of the true meta that most people play under, but I think more people probably open golden chests consistently than I do. I think golden chests in Rebirth are almost always worth it. In Vanilla, I was kind of a little bit more milquetoast on them. But in Rebirth, I open them every single time if I have extra keys. Sometimes I'll even sacrifice, like if I'm on the first floor and I know I need a key on the next floor, I'll still use my only key to open up a golden chest, just because the chances of them paying out are pretty good, and if you get something like Mom's Key, they're just 100 times better than even that. Now, we are losing some HP in the process here. I don't love that. Not a huge fan of that red chest that just showed up. Where the heck is our boss fight dream here? Well, it's not this way, even though this is a dead end, or this is a new dead end. Hoping that nail play isn't going to end up biting me in the ass. Let's see if we can sneak Bob's Brain in there. Like, it would really suck if I ended up losing after getting rid of the nail. I don't think it's going to happen, but To some extent, I think it mildly hinges on whether or not we get a deal with the devil on this floor. Like, I still think it's a one run, even if we don't get a deal with the devil. But it becomes a much easier win if we do. Alright. I guess like an invisible spider hit that enemy. That's fine by me. I walked right into that. Like, trying to be clever with pheromones. Not a smart play. We do have this Algiz rune for kind of like a Hail Mary finish if we need it. I'm hoping we don't. But if we have like limited amount of HP against Blue Baby, that'll sort it out. Not quite enough damage to even kill one of these guys. These are guys I look to as like medium HP at this point in the game. So for them to not die in one hit is a little bit of a disappointment. A little bit of a big disappointment. But it's okay. Wouldn't mind a fight against death itself. Don't want to fight Conquest. Double Fallen would be amazing. Okay, so it is death. Bob's Brain's a big play there, yeah. And actually, this is going to go just fine, I think. Death's already dead. It's just the horse. We got a second ball of bandages for some charming shots. And we picked up another ability to fly, which is a huge disappointment, actually. That puts a real damper on our chances to win, but I'd still say they're probably in like the 2/3 area, which is really good. We could play the Blood Bank. That's not a lie, but we'd be hoping to get Blood Bag. And I don't really need... We took damage there? I don't really need Blood Bag at all, so... I'm feeling like maybe that's not the proper play. Maybe we will gamble, though, but not on the Blood Bank. Or maybe on the Blood Bank, I don't know. Because, like, getting an HP upgrade pill would be amazing. Previously, I thought we wouldn't need them. Now I'm looking, you know, to maybe pick some up. This might be one of the very few Rebirth runs where red health actually ends up becoming... you know, one of the dominant forces in the run. One of the real contributors to success or failure. Normally, that kind of falls apart after the early game. Bloody Penny is probably a great pickup for us here. Basically, if we have Bloody Penny, it mostly becomes why not play the Blood Bank. But I'm still moving in the other direction, so, you know, you can't trust a word I say. Lucky me. I'm just hoping to maybe, yeah, find the boss. That was pretty nice. And then go play the Blood Bank a little bit. And like, we could use our Algiz rune here, but I have to feel that it's probably going to be much more useful for us later. This is not necessarily the right idea, by the way, doing all this exploration, but I want to do it, if we're going to, like, do some arcade bullshit, I might as well go and see if we got other stuff available on this floor to take advantage of as well, you know? Like if we could pick up an extra guppy item or an extra HP upgrade, like that one, for example. I already feel like this is paid for itself, basically. More tinted rocks if we could find them. Wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to try to find more keys now that I am making an effort to, well, I've already gotten rid of that trinket Master of Unlocking, right? So, do we want to use telepills? I don't really think I can think of a great use for telepills that would make it feel like it was worth losing the Algiz rune. Lucky me. Save a bomb, ride a cowboy. Counterfeit penny is not something we're going to really be worried about. A little bit too late for that to be a relevant concern. So this is, you know, I put my game face back on. Originally we were goofing around, having a little bit of fun. But now I'm Denzel Washington in Remember the Titans. And we're going to be, you know, pulling our socks up and trying to make sure that we can pull ourselves out of this. Then we'll have the happy fun times, you know, after the run wins. Once we get ourselves into a position where it's unlosable, then we can start talking about having fun. Practice? Or, sorry, playoffs? I just hope we can win a game. It was more of a Bubbles there than a Herm Edwards, but... we're gonna go left here, I guess. There's still a little bit of potential action going on the left side. Might be able to get in there. Might not want to. Alright, Bloody Penny, let's get this done. Okay, that's actually great. I can't really complain about how fast that paid out. Obviously, it was a bit of a surprise, but that's okay. And we picked up another 2 HP on this floor. I think that's okay. Really, all we have to do is make it down to the cathedral. Or, sorry, down to the chest. I'm going to stick with Bloody Penny just as kind of like a, you know, my savior. But we'll see. Flies from Infestation there. Infestation normally doesn't help you out, but I guess if you use a Blood Bank right before the Mom's Heart boss fight, it can actually be a little bit more potent than you'd expect it to be. Took a little bit of damage on the way out there, but that's pretty good, and we'll be heading up to the Cathedral. Again, still relatively confident in a win here. If anything, I'm more confident now than I was a floor ago. One of the things that I like to do is touch myself when I'm alone. Now, one of the things that I like to do, it just seemed like where that was going, alright? Correct me if I'm wrong. One of the things I like to do is really try to be an advocate of Bob's Brain. I think it's an item that doesn't get enough respect. There are shitty items in the game. You know, you may disagree with what I call a shitty item. You may have your own opinions about the items that I'm going to discuss here. But I think Isaac's Heart is a shitty item. People always say, oh, Isaac's Heart's a shitty item. You can play blood banks for free. Yeah, okay, that's true. You can get as much red health and make money as you want. So if you can find a blood bank and you don't have, like, well, I guess it doesn't matter if you have spirit hearts or anything like that. But anyway, sure, it does have that going for it. You can play Razorblade and Blood Rights as much as you want. On what percentage of runs do you get both Isaac's Heart and Blood Rights or Razorblade? Anecdotally, it might have happened to you more than, you know, is the mathematical probability. But, you know, what are we talking about here? If you've done 500 runs of Isaac, how many times have you had Isaac's Heart Blood Rights? 3 times? Maybe? Something that affects you on less than, like, 1% of runs. I don't think Isaac's Heart, I think it benefits too much from that comparison. Let's put it that way. That's like saying Blood Rights is a great item because if you get it with Isaac's Heart, it's incredible. You know, a lot of attention is paid to these very fringe scenarios that barely end up happening. Bob's Brain can kill you, but you can also mitigate it. It's very, very difficult. I would not entirely outside of the bounds of your control, but it's very, very difficult to completely control where Isaac's Heart is going to be and have it, at least for me, have it not get hit. I'm sure there are some people out there who are going to say, you know, I'm an expert at it. I actually fully 100% believe you, even though that probably sounds sarcastic. I'm not one of those people. I think Isaac's Heart is a shitty item. Wow, we're doing this again, huh? But Bob's Brain, man. Bob's Brain, it's like a new Radicals song. You get what you give. If you pay attention to Bob's Brain, if you nurture it like a plant, it'll treat you right. And I mean that sincerely. Bob's Brain can carry you through some tough times, man. And I hate to see people shitting on it when they don't even give it a chance. They just fire mindlessly and take damage from it and go, oh, Bob's Brain. And I'm guilty of doing this myself as well. It's not fair, and that's why I'm bringing it up. Bob's Brain is a predictable item. It just takes a little while to get it. But once you get it, though, it's so good. I don't take it every time just because it's ridiculous. That's a nice little bonus on it, but I take it every time when it shows up, which is every time, because it's good. It's a good item. It ups your damage. If you have low HP, maybe think twice. I'm even rethinking the idea of the D threshold. I'm starting to think that, you know, that even misrepresents Bob's Brain. And Bob's Brain is actually just an item that you should take almost every time, no matter what. You know, D regarded, or D regardless of your D. It's my theory on the subject. Now back to the lecture at hand. We're gonna head all the way down to the bottom here. Picked up another health upgrade here. That PhD pickup, you know, has really paid for itself and then, like, all of its family members as well, hasn't it? We picked up, like, 6 or 7 HP upgrades. I can't really say that they're all as a result of the fact that we've gotten PhD, but I have to imagine that it's helped. So, I think we're gonna hold off on the Algiz rune until it's absolutely necessary. Like, if we get a double cage room on the chest, that might be, you know, more dangerous than this Isaac fight. We should use Tammy's head, but I'm kind of waiting until he pops into his next phase. Yeah. And we don't have Lump of Coal, so we didn't have to stand far away. Should have probably gotten a little closer, actually, considering all of my shots actually ended up missing. But these spiders, if they can actually get in there, are gonna help out. There we go. That was, you could see the health as the spiders hit, like, differing from the health when my shots hit. That's how good they are. That was terrible damage to finish that on my own behalf. We'll head down to the next floor. Still an incredible amount of confidence in our run here, especially if we can find a... Oh, Curse of the Unknown kind of sucks. Especially if we can find a secret room with a key beggar. So, Pyromaniac with Bob's Brain. That's the second time we've had that in a row, which is kind of hilarious. We also picked up Taurus, which with our existing speed is going to make it pretty easy for us to get a lot of invincibility. I think we've won. The Pyromaniac pickup is just okay, but you never know if just okay is going to be what actually carries us here, because just okay, if it keeps us from taking like 8 damage from Bob's brain, is the difference between a one run and a lost run. So I guess we're just, you know, prepare for the annoying music. Because we're so fast, probably as a result of all these good pills and also the 2 all-stats upgrades, we're pretty much going to be able to get Taurus nearly at the start of every room. And as a result of that, we will be able to take out these enemies pretty well. Getting a little bit of help on the invincibility, or during the invincibility, from BFF Cube of Meat 2 or Ball of Bandages 2. And beyond that, you know, we can actually make use of the red hearts we pick up, which doesn't often happen on the chest. And beyond that, if pennies show up, we can make use of those as well. So I'm very confident that this run is going to end in success. I'll be straight with you. I don't fully understand Taurus, but I like it. I especially like it when it actually works quickly, which isn't all the time. So, you know, I think you got to be happy about it when you get it. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof, or on, you know, whatever that song says. I don't even get it, you know? You're gonna get rained on. Is that the point? Am I missing the symbolism? Pyromaniac will also heal us, and we have 19 bombs, which is why I'm not making, you know, too much of an effort to actually worry about my bombs right now, or to use them in a practical sense. We can also use Tammy's Head while we're invincible, which is probably something I should consider. You know, focus on using our actual functional tiers when we're not invincible, and then when we're invincible, pop those fucking Tammy's Head actions on it. What are you trying to... Oh my god. An enemy actually survived the Taurus onslaught, and it was fucking famine. That's an unexpected twist of fate. Come on, get Bob's brain to land. Yeah, that's basically the way I want it to work, is Bob's brain lands, then Taurus goes off immediately after. Okay, we did get 1 killed. I'm not super surprised that Monstro 2 lived there. We've already seen our first secret room. It unfortunately just had a key in it. Bob's brain. You know what, Bob's brain? You don't even need to go off here. I'd rather save you immediately for the next room. Yeah, where we can use you against Mega Fatty, an enemy that is 32,000 times more annoying. There we go. At least we got 1 killed. I don't think we took damage in the process of that last section there. This run is over. It ended up being a fun one, you know? We're getting different value out of Tammy's Head on this one than we did in the last one, that's for sure. For better or for worse. No, Bob's brain didn't land. Oh well. Just slows us down slightly. I guess we'll take Algiz into our boss fight here, even though it doesn't really seem like it ends up relevant. We'll end up using it after Taurus goes off, which is now. And the good thing about Algiz is that I will at least get the benefit of Bob's brain out of it. Maybe I'll even get healed when it hits. If it hits. If it hits. There we go. I didn't get healed. It doesn't matter. We've won this through a combination of weirdness and half-decent play and strange decisions. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. And, of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.